Hi, I'm Dr. Liz Cruz, and by now you've already been seen by one of the providers, and you're watching this video because you're going to be scheduled either for a colonoscopy or an upper endoscopy or possibly both. So I just wanted to go over a few things in regards to the procedures. You're going to receive a prep form that's going to go over the details of what you need to do to prepare for the exam. All right, it's very, very, very important that you read through this. And I recommend that when you leave our office today, that you take this form and you read through it. Try to read through it on the same day. So I'm just going to cover a few things that I feel are very crucial for you to know. Number one, when you come to the procedure, you must have a driver with you. You cannot come alone, drive yourself, and expect to drive home alone, okay? If you do, we'll have to cancel your procedure on that day. You cannot drive yourself home because you're going to be sedated, and even though after the procedure you probably will wake up very nicely and be wide awake, you cannot drive yourself home. Cannot. And the other thing I want to add in there is you cannot go home in a taxi alone. If you're having a colonoscopy, you will need a prep, and that is a prescription that will be called into your pharmacy. So what I recommend is that as soon as you leave our office, that you go straight to the pharmacy and pick up your prescription, because there is a certain time period after which, if it doesn't get picked up, the pharmacy will reshelf it and put it back on the shelf, okay? The other thing I wanted to let you know is a lot of patients say, well, I waited for my pharmacist to call me and let me know it was ready. You know what? Sometimes pharmacies will call, sometimes they won't. So please don't rely on that. Please go and pick up your prescription. One of the medicines that we're going to be asking you to stop at least 7 days before your procedure are any anti-inflammatory meds, which is the category of medicines called NSAIDs. So that's a pretty broad category of medicines that includes medicines like Motrin, ibuprofen, Advil, Aleve. And those medicines should be stopped at least 7 days before the procedure because of the risk of bleeding when you're taking these medicines. The other thing is that there is a list of NSAIDs that's on the back of your prep form. That is a very long list, and you can check out that list first and see if your medicine happens to be on that list. But again, if there is a question, call us. There are several different blood thinners that are out on the market now. It used to be just one or two, such as Coumadin. Now there are several blood thinners out on the market. And so I want to just ask that if you are on any blood thinner, please let us know before you leave the office today. It's very important because the blood thinners, we will need to have you stop the blood thinners a certain number of days before the procedure. And if you're on a blood thinner, it's very possible that you're under the care of a cardiologist or possibly a pulmonologist or a hematologist who has you on that blood thinner, and we need to get the okay from that specialist to take you off of the blood thinner. Okay, if you're going to be having a colonoscopy, there's a certain prep that you're going to be taking, which is a prescription that I already talked to you about, and the form that you're going to be given is going to tell you how to take the prep. But a couple things that I want to add in is in regards to your diet several days before the colonoscopy. So the diet is really important because there's certain things that you eat that don't get cleared out of your intestine in a timely manner. And so there are certain foods that we're going to recommend that you not eat at least 5 to 7 days before the procedure in order to make sure that you get cleaned out well. So those foods are basically any high fiber food, any salad vegetables, cabbage, broccoli, any fruit that have seeds in them, any berries, strawberries, okay? Good grains that normally we want you to be on, we're going to ask you to not eat those for 5 to 7 days. The really important thing is going to be for you to be hydrating really well. You need to really be hydrating well because this is going to help to make your clean out even better. If you're a diabetic there are going to be certain instructions that we're going to give you as to what you need to do with your diabetic medication, whether you're on pills or insulin. It's very important that we guide you on what to do with those medicines, because you do not want to be taking the same dosage of those medicines the day before or the day of the procedure. Okay, please be very aware that there are specific instructions for that. Okay, and this is very important because we don't want you to take your regular doses and then for your blood sugar to bottom out. Okay, because that can be very dangerous and potentially fatal. So please, very, very important. The other thing that you're going to do 2 days before the procedure, you're going to get a bottle of magnesium citrate. It's a 10-ounce bottle of magnesium citrate that you can buy over the counter at any local drugstore, Walmart, Target, CVS, Walgreens. You can pretty much pick this up anywhere. It's an over-the-counter. You're going to drink this at about 4:00 p.m. 2 nights before your procedure. Then the next day, which is 1 day before your procedure, on that day, you're just going to be on a clear liquid diet. And again, on the prep form, there is a list of what liquids are considered clear liquids. So it's very important for you to look at that list, okay? Please do not take any liquids that are red. No red liquids, no milk products, okay? Milk is not considered a clear liquid, and I just want to emphasize that because we get a lot of calls about that. No milk products, and again, no solid food the day before. The day and the time of your procedure will be on the form. At the very top part of the form, there's a section where the date and the time and the facility where we will be doing your procedure will be written out for you. For different facilities, the time as far as when you check in varies. It can be anywhere from 1 to 2 hours, and my scheduler will let you know that when she actually schedules the procedure for you. But just so you're aware, all of that information will be on that form. The day before your procedure, take this gallon that has all this powder and fill it up to the line. There's a line at the top of the container to which you need to fill it up, and then mix it up. Mix it up, make sure that there is nothing undissolved, and then put it in the fridge. That way it'll be cool and chilled for when you actually get ready to take your prep later in the day. So you're going to take the first half of your prep. You're going to drink 1 8-ounce glass every 10 to 15 minutes until half of the gallon is finished. Then you're going to put the gallon container back in the fridge, and then you're going to finish up the other half at a different time. And you're going to again drink 1 8-ounce every 15 minutes until the last half is completed. Now, if your procedure is in the morning before noon, you're going to start this at 4 p.m. You're going to drink half of it, and then you're going to drink the other half at 10 p.m. If your procedure is in the afternoon, you're going to drink the first half of your gallon at 6 p.m. the night before, and then you're going to wake up early the next morning, the day of the procedure, and you're going to drink the last half of it, or the second half, at 4 a.m. One more thing I want to add in there is, please, nothing to drink for 6 hours before your procedure. You should put nothing in your mouth 6 hours before the procedure. All right, so I think that we've covered all the main points. Just to re-emphasize, please read through your form. I believe that the majority of the questions that you may have are answered on the form. There's a lot of great information on there. Any questions you have about what medicines to stop or not take, what foods to avoid, what clear liquids are, most of those questions are all answered on the form. So read through the form. Please go to the pharmacy, pick up your prescription if you are having a colonoscopy, and please do that right away so that if for some reason the prescription is not there, you can let us know and we can get that sent in for you again. And if there is any question that you have that is not answered on that form, then please call us. We're there to serve you, and we want to make sure that all of your questions are answered. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you on the day of your procedure.